Hey everyone, it is Tuesday and welcome to this week's reading vlog. I have two books that I am going to be reading this week and they are from my January TBR, so I only have like 2 days to read them. So I'm not going to finish my January TBR, but that is okay. We'll just carry it over into February. So let me show you what I'm going to be reading real quick. So the first book that I have on my TBR is The Wicked Bargain by Gabe Cole Novoa. This is about Mar, who is a pirate with their dad, and their dad has this deal with El Diablo to be like the best pirate around. And El Diablo comes to call, and then the ship is sunk. They're the only survivor, and then El Diablo finds out that they have this like fire and ice magic. So El Diablo is like, well, you can sacrifice yourself and your dad can be saved, but Mar knows that there is always a third option, and so they are going to try and save themselves and their dad. And then we have The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. This is about our main character. I love how I'm like, what is the main character's name? It's like right on the front. This is our main character, Amina Al-Sarafi, is one of the most feared and respected pirates of her time, and she is set to retire. But then one of her friends needs her for this adventure. So she goes on one last adventure to help her friend. And I'm very excited for this one. I don't know if I even like pirate stories, but these were the January picks for the Bookish Swifties Club. I think I mentioned it in last week's vlog. I know I'm not going to finish both of these before the end of January, but I can read them at any time for just like the monthly book picks. So I'm going to try and carry them over into February and just tack them into February's TBR. So welcome to the vlog. Those are the books that we're going to be reading this week. I don't have much exciting going on as per usual. We have a library event tomorrow that we're going to, but other than that, nothing really exciting is happening in the land of Hannah, but I hope you enjoy. It's so awkward, but anyway, we're gonna get started. I have a few hours before I have to punch into work, so I'm going to eat. I got myself some McDonald's breakfast, so I'm gonna eat that and read The Wicked Bargain. Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 31st, the last day of January. Can't believe January is already done. So it's also the day that we are going to be editing last week's vlog. It's like 8:30 in the morning. I dropped William off at school. Now I'm home and I'm going to edit the video before going to work. I have a half day of work today because I am taking Will to a like teens event at the library, which he is very excited to go to, and I am excited to bring him. But really quick, I just wanted to talk a little bit about The Wicked Bargain. I read 56 pages of The Wicked Bargain yesterday, and I'm not loving it, but I am liking it so far. Essentially, we have Mar, and they have met El Diablo at this point. I think I said in when I was talking about the synopsis that El Diablo was a god, and I must be an idiot because they're very clearly a devil. It's okay, don't mind me. I'm truly just an idiot. But so we have Mar, and they have met El Diablo, and they have found out that this story that their dad has told them their whole lives about how they were dying, and in order to save their life, their dad made this deal with El Diablo that he would be a successful pirate for 16 years and it would save his child's life. And 16 years have passed. It's Mar's birthday, and El Diablo shows up to claim what is theirs. And the ship sinks, which kills all of the passengers, or all the pirate crew. And Mar survives. And Mar is brought onto this other pirate ship. And now El Diablo has shown up again, and I'm pretty sure this is where we are at the back flap, where it talks about how El Diablo tries to make a deal with him. I don't truly have that much to say about it so far, since I'm only 56 pages in, but I already can see kind of where it's going with this secondary character that has brought Mar onto the ship. He is the captain's son of this new pirate ship, and he is very sassy, very like cocky. He's got an attitude on him, but like in a fun way, you know what I mean? And there's definitely gonna be probably some romance between those two characters. That is the update for now. Sorry, the library casing is making it so hard to see, but I am enjoying it. Am I gonna finish this today so that I can say that I read it in January? Probably not, but I am still going to try. Like, we're gonna try our hardest, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna edit, and then if I have any time before work, I'll probably read some more, and then I'm out early, so who knows? Maybe I will just be able to buckle through and read it all, and maybe I'll read some while I'm at the library. I don't know. We'll find out. Trying a new place to eat tonight. Hey everyone, it is 9:30 and I'm already getting cozy in bed. We had some Korean fried chicken from this place that we have never tried before. It was delicious. I had chicken katsu, I think it was. 10 out of 10. Will absolutely get it again. I had a little cry because I was being dramatic, but sometimes you just need to have a little cry, you know? Today at the library, while Will was doing his little paint night, I did read some more of The Wicked Bargain. I also picked up one of the books for my February TBR. It's the YA pick of the Bookish Swifties book club, because I don't think I'm like super interested in reading it, but it's the book club pick, so I want to at least give it a try. But I didn't want to buy it, which is also the same reason why I got this one from the library. So I was able to pick the YA pickup from the library today while I was there, so that was pretty cool. But I am on page 100 now. There is a new demon, who's been introduced, he's not really a devil. He seems kind of younger. And there's... I'm not sure now where the romance is gonna go, because I know there's like romance in the book, but I don't know if it's gonna be with Baz, the captain's son, or if it's gonna be with this new demon, or if it's gonna be like a love triangle polyamory situation. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't hate that either. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's not my favorite thing I've ever read. I'm not sure if pirate books are my thing. I'm talking about The Wicked Bargain. I'm not sure pirate books are my thing. This is a pirate book. Charlotte feels the same way about pirates, which is so strange because
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's what I was just gonna say. Pirates of the Caribbean was my jam. I loved that movie. But
I just don't have any interest in how boats work.
So you don't want to read the book about whaling?
No, I listened to one episode of a podcast about it. And that, I was like, good.
You were good? You didn't need anything else? Good. But I'm definitely not going to finish this before the end of January. It's fine. I read 6 books and 100 pages of this. I think that's a pretty strong start for the year, if you ask me. And all of them were books that I had already owned. So we just like knocked out 6 books off my physical TBR. And we successfully used our library. So we're winning for the end of January. We are about to sit down and watch Vanderpump Rules. Because it started yesterday, we had to wait for today for it to be on Peacock. And I wanted to be cozy in bed. So we are going to watch it on one of the laptops in bed. Because, you know, we are innovative queens. That's how I'm going to label it. But that's my check-in for now. Bye.
Are you ready?
Hey everyone, it is Friday, February 2nd, and I wanted to talk my February TBR with you. I did record a clip yesterday about this. It was the only clip I recorded yesterday. I must have deleted it. Something happened to it. I don't have it anymore, so we are re-recording it. So we're talking about my February TBR. That is all of these books. And you're going to be saying, well, Hannah, do you really think that you can read all of those books in February, the shortest month of the year? And I'm going to say probably not. But we are going to try. And all of these books are going to be on the TBR, and we are just going to do our best. Also, I styled my hair differently. I used a new tool that I don't think I'm like 100% confident with, and it's now doing weird things, and I'm not sure I like it. But anyway, we're going to talk through my TBR. So we had 4 books from January that I didn't finish. 2 of these books were for the Bookish Swifties book club that I'm in, the YA book of the month and the adult book of the month, The Wicked Bargain by Gabe Cole Novoa, which I'm currently reading. I'm 100 pages into, and then The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. These I can technically read at any time of the year to count towards the book club. The only book that can't be read all throughout the year is like the monthly challenge. And then we had One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which it was the Sapphic book I picked out to read this month. It's also, I have a lot of strong feelings about this, which I can talk about at a later date if I even read it. But I'm not super excited to read it, but I want to give it a chance because while I hated Red, White, and Royal Blue, I really loved I Kissed Shara Wheeler by this author. So I feel like I need to give it a chance, but I'm just not excited about it. And then we have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This would be a reread for me, but I really want to reread this series because I really would like to get to A Fragile Thread of Power this year. But I feel like it's been so long since I read these, I would like a refresher. So the question on my mind, aside from The Wicked Bargain, which I've already started, so I am going to finish it because I am not feeling like the need to DNF it, is do I keep these on the TBR or do I save them for later? If I save them for later, when am I going to read them? I might as well just like try and finish these and then get to my February books and then just so on and so forth. And then maybe 1 month I'll catch up. You know what I mean? Like we have to decide that. I'm not going to decide that right now because I want to get through the list, but just keep that in mind. My camera is yelling at me that it needs to be charged. So I've got to kind of hustle, she says as she takes her time. So the classic for February that I picked is The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. Also, I'm obsessed with this edition. So this is the classic for February. And then my 2 year in 2024 books that I picked out for February is Riot Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi and The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. And then we have The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. This is my friend Kayla from K Read What and the podcast Professional Book Girl. This is her book club pick for the month. So I'd really like to be able to read it and participate in her little conversation about it because I wasn't able to read her January pick. And then I did pick out my grab bag, my TBR grab bag book, and that was, I don't know if you can see it. A Crown of Ivy and Glass. And I'm also counting this towards, so it's my grab bag book of the month, but it's also going to count as the Bookish Swifties book club challenge of the month because their challenge for February is to read a book that was on your TBR in July or one that you bought in July and you haven't read yet. And I did, in fact, buy this book in July of last year. So it's counting for 2 prompts, which is great. And then the 2 books for the monthly pick, the YA is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and the adult pick is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. So that is my very long February TBR. Am I going to read it? Again, I really don't think I'm going to, but we are going to put in the work and we're going to try. So I'm out of work now. Charlotte will be getting out of work in like an hour-ish. So I have a little bit of time to read The Wicked Bargain before she gets home. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get cozy. I'm going to let my phone or my camera charge so it can stop yelling at me, and I will check in later. Bye. Hey everyone, it's Saturday. I'm on my lunch break from work, and so I just wanted to do a quick update for two things. I only read like a chapter of this yesterday before I got sucked into the Vanderpump Rules after party, and then Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Oh my god, I can't remember. I almost forgot what franchise we were watching. But anyway, I've only read like a chapter of this yesterday, so I do want to dedicate some time on my lunch break and then after I get out of work to doing some good reading here. What is going on? Oh, I thought the little like rod up there was my hair. It's not, it's the curtain rod. Hello Midnight. Also when I was going over my February TBR, I totally forgot about my nonfiction pick of the month. So that is Aster, The Rise and Fall of an American Fortune by Anderson Cooper and Catherine Howe. So this starts with John Jacob Astor, I'm pretty sure. Yes, John Jacob Astor in 1783 when he starts gaining his fortune through ruthless expansion of his beaver trapping business. And then we go all the way through up until 2009 when Brooke Astor's son was convicted of fraud, I'm pretty sure. I did start the audiobook today while I've been working. So I have read let's see, 88 pages. I'm on chapter 5. I'm enjoying it so far. It's narrated by Anderson Cooper, and I always enjoy it more when the author does the narrating. I just think it's more fun, and it's more enjoyable to listen to, in my opinion. I am really enjoying it. No real thoughts at all about it other than to tell you that this is my nonfic pick of the month, and I'm also listening to it on audio. But yeah, also I have been having a lot of migraines recently, and I was talking to Charlotte about it because last night I had one that was so bad we ended up having to stop like halfway through an episode of Real Housewives because I was just absolutely miserable. I thought I was gonna throw up. My head felt like it was gonna explode. Absolutely terrible. And I think it's because I am way overdue for an appointment with my eye doctor, and so I think my prescription is wrong because I'm also noticing like when I'm working I have to increase the size of things on my computer, otherwise I can't see it or the words are blurry, like especially if they're bolded, like they look fuzzy and like it's not crisp and clear, and I think that's really impacting my migraines. So I have about 30 minutes left of my lunch break after eating my sandwich, so I am going to spend the time reading this. Solid plan. Glad we're on the same page. Hey, Minoli. Look at her up there. She's so majestic. Charlotte and
I just finished the season finale of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. 10 out of 10.
Emmy for best editing, Emmy for best sound editing, Emmy for best production design, Oscar nomination, Emmy for best writing for Heather Gay, who made it very clear that she's the only one who's capable in this group of writing a book by her speech.
Like this was insane. Some of the best TV I've ever watched.
Like, I really did think that, like, Scandival was gonna be, like...
Peak.
Yeah, the peak. Yeah.
Just absolutely incredible. I don't think I have anything more to add other than the fact that literally it's probably one of the best episodes of TV that I've ever watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but now you get to see Midnight being super cute. Hold on.
Oh, she's sleeping on her mama's hat.
The baby.
The baby.
She'd run a burner Instagram account.
Midnight has 10 burner Instagram accounts, all talking about how she doesn't get fed enough.
Yeah.
I want full cans of wet food every meal, and I want it 5 times a day. And when Mama makes tuna fish sandwiches, I want all of it. She can't have any of it. See? Look at her. What do you have to say? What do you have to say for yourself, Midnight?
She can't even look in the camera. Bless you. Sneezing is a sign of lying. Pretty sure that was in like a episode of Lie to Me back in the day. Okay, bye.
Oh, she's running away, just like Meredith.
Consequences.
Just like Meredith,
Martha.
always running away.
Where?
Yeah, you know how whenever anybody tried to confront Meredith,
Oh yeah.
she would always, "You can leave."
Sunday morning cleaning is done. It always feels so nice.
Hey everyone, it's Sunday. It's the afternoon. We've been doing some cleaning. I've been doing some laundry, and I actually have been getting it folded and put away all in record time. Very proud of myself. But I am taking a break, and I'm going to sit and read some of The Wicked Bargain. I had hoped that I would get a lot more of this read than I did this week. I've only gotten 150 pages read, so I would love to at least... I think if I really put my heart and soul into it, I could finish this today. It is a YA. It moves really fast when I do read it. I think I have... Let's see. I have like 200 pages left of this book, and I think if I dedicated like some time to reading this, I could definitely finish this today and start my next read tomorrow. But I'm not going to say I'm going to do that, because if I say I'm going to do that and then I don't do it, I'll feel bad. But if I don't say I'm going to do it and I do it, then I'll feel good. Kind of like how I felt last week when I said that I wasn't going to finish A Court of Silver Flames, and then I finished A Court of Silver Flames. That being said, I don't really have anything to say about it so far, 150 pages in. It's fun. It's moving pretty quickly. Some of it I'm a little like, okay, I guess. But other than that, I don't really know how to put those feelings into words right now, so I'll have to check back in later and tell you. But yeah, that's the update for now. Tiefling is my first character.
Ooh, the boy is begating. Also, a quick update while William is brushing his teeth and getting ready for bed. I'm not watching any of the Grammy stuff. I'm seeing like a little bit on my Twitter feed, but I am clowning hard for Reputation Taylor's version to either surprise drop tonight at midnight or we're getting an announcement tonight. It just feels right. The vibes are vibing, and I just really feel like we're getting Reputation Taylor's version, at least an announcement tonight. We'll probably see that I was just clowning, but everything's looking like we're gonna get it. And I am so ready. I'm so ready to be in my Reputation Taylor's version era. Oh my god, I was just talking to my camera. It wasn't even recording. I don't even know how I didn't realize that, because like there's a red thing that flashes on my screen when I'm recording. And I just like apparently didn't even realize that it wasn't on. That's what I get for being awake at 8:30 in the morning when I'm not usually. Anyway, I didn't do any reading last night, but it's Monday, which means it's my Sunday. You know the drill now, or hopefully you do. And it also means that I can do whatever I want today because I did all my chores yesterday. So the plan is to finish The Wicked Bargain. I have to finish it. I cannot justify leaving this book unfinished and taking it into next week's vlog. I just can't do it. I can't justify that. So we're gonna finish it. Also, I forgot to react last night because I was busy Baldur's Gating. A new Taylor Swift album? Literally the only thing better was an announcement for a new album if she wasn't gonna announce Reputation Taylor's version. Like, I'm so excited. And this album is going to be a lyrical masterpiece. I just know it. Like, this one's gonna be for the English major girlies, literature major girlies, bookish girlies. Like, I am so excited. Literally can't wait. I'm thrilled. And also it's coming out like 4 days after my girlfriend's birthday, so it's gonna be the best week ever. So freaking thrilled. I cannot wait. So anyway, now that I've freaked out a bit on camera, I am going to lay down and read. I think my friend's coming over later tonight, after they get out of work. So I want to try and get this finished before the end of the day and before my friend comes over. I'm on page 192 now, which means that from the time I last updated you, I read like maybe 40 something pages, and I have just over 150 pages left, which I can definitely read in a day. I can definitely finish this today. So I am going to get to this, and I'll check in later. So I am just doing a real quick check-in. I have like 50 pages left of this book. Also, I'm so sorry the lighting is terrible right now, but I don't want to move. I'm so tempted to just not finish it, but I only have 50 pages left, so I'm just kind of pushing through. I was enjoying this book, and I think it's a good book. I think, like, I
I feel it's definitely on the younger YA scale of things. And so I'm trying to put myself in like the shoes of like a younger teenager reading this book. And I think a younger teenager would really like this. We have Mar. They are transgender. And they have magic in a time where magic is frowned upon. And they've lost their dad because of a deal their dad made with El Diablo. And now they have been given the opportunity to save their dad by giving their soul to El Diablo. But they don't want to do that. They want to save their dad on their own. And then they meet Dami, another demino. So they are not as powerful as like an El Diablo. And that demino Dami wants them to make a deal with them. And they are fighting this. And they're fighting the urge to use their magic. They flat out refuse to even learn how to use it because of one event that happened when they were a child. And yes, this event was like kind of tragic. I'm not going to say what it was, but like I understand why they would be hesitant to use their magic after this, but it's also kind of like we are like 50 pages away from the end of this book, and they still are not like willing to use their magic, and like clearly they need to. And like if they're not going to use it, what was the point? I feel like I'll have more to say exactly, but like overall, I am not enjoying the read anymore. Like there were parts of it that I did really enjoy, but the parts that I enjoyed fell kind of flat, especially when it felt like nothing was happening. Like there was a lot happening, but it felt like nothing was happening, if that makes sense. So yeah, I have 50 pages left. I'm gonna chug my way like the little engine that could. I'm just gonna keep plugging away and read the rest of this book, but I don't know. I almost wish I had DNF'd it. Maybe by the end of the book, maybe in the last 50 pages, something will change that. Something will happen that will make me change my mind, but I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident about that, so. Hey everyone, it's me coming at you at this horrendous angle to tell you that I did finish The Wicked Bargain by Gabe Cole Novoa, and I am going to hold off on giving this a star rating for a moment because I want to be very careful in how I review YA books this year, because I am not the demographic for YA novels as much as I love them. So I don't want my rating to have any negative impact on somebody who is in the age range that this book was written for to pick up this book and to enjoy it. I, though, didn't love this as much as I have loved other YA novels. I think the trans representation, the non-binary representation, the queer representation of this novel, set in 1820s right before Mexico gets its independence from Spain, was done really beautifully. I loved that there's a talk of how queer people and trans identities have been around literally forever. Whether society wants to pretend that queerness didn't exist
In the past, it's been around literally forever. So I do always love when historical novels highlight those queer identities in such a passionate and historical and just all around wonderful way. So that was one aspect of this book that I truly really did enjoy. But the pacing felt off to me. The characters' relationships I felt weren't as developed as I would have liked them to be. And I also feel like there was a whole lot happening in the book that didn't feel necessary to the story that was being told. The premise of the book is that Mar has to defeat El Diablo to get their dad back. But that doesn't happen until like the last 10 pages. And all of the rest of it was leading up to it, I guess. But there wasn't anything really happening to prepare our main character for this fight with El Diablo. They consistently rejected any opportunity to learn how to use their magic. They fought against their magic for so long, and while I do understand that part of that is learning to accept who you are, and magic was a part of Mar's person that they needed to learn how to accept. It's very hard to accept who you are if you are constantly running from that. And while I understand that that was kind of part of the story, that was kind of the point, it felt like it dragged. It felt like that point was dragged out to the point where I was like ready for it to wrap up. So like I really almost feel like this book could have been at least 50 pages shorter. And I might have enjoyed it because there was a section where I was just like kind of trying, I was really having to stop myself from skimming because I was really just ready by the end of the book for the book to be over. So I'm going to think about a rating before I give one because I want to be fair and I want to make sure that I'm giving it the right rating. I was originally, and I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the vlog, that I was going to jump into The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi, but I think I need a break from pirate books. So I'm going to pick up Casey McQuiston's One Last Stop. Because I feel like I didn't love this one, so why not just jump into another one that I might not love, and then hopefully after this one, I can hop into The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi, which I am very excited about, and hopefully redeem some disappointing reads, I guess. Because, okay, we'll talk about it. I hated Red, White, and Royal Blue. I hated it so much. I don't understand why everybody loves it. I don't understand why it's such like a queer, gay, popular novel. The third act conflict of it is one of my least favorite tropes, especially when it comes to queer love stories. I hate it. I could not suspend disbelief for how these characters were behaving. Like, I just couldn't. Everything about it drove me so fucking mad. Like, everything about it drove me so mad. Like, I will never give that book a second chance. And then I picked up this book because it's sapphic, and I'm sapphic. So I'm always going to be more willing to give a sapphic book a second try for an author who I didn't love before. But then I never picked it up. I never read it. And then the author, Casey McQuiston, they came out with another sapphic YA Kishara Wheeler, and that made my top 10 books of the year that I read it. So I have higher hopes for this. But they're not too high. They're not too high, if we're being honest. We're going to give it a chance. We're going to hope that it's good. We're going to hope that maybe Casey redeemed themselves with Kishara Wheeler. But I think if I don't like this one, I might only read their YA stuff. Because their writing style really lends itself very well to YA. So I think if I don't like this one, I'll probably skip all their future adult novels and only read any YA that they come out with, which seems kind of weird, but I don't know if I'll be able to trust them after this if I don't like it. But I feel like I'm setting myself up for not liking it. So I'm going in. I'm hoping that I really like it. I'm not going to start it right this second because I am going to go play some Baldur's Gate. But this is what I will start reading tonight because my friend is not able to come over anymore. Because their work schedule changed. Oh, I have the hiccups. So I have a lot more reading time tonight. So that's the update. I've talked at you for long enough. So I'm going to go play some Baldur's Gate and check in later.